Cześć, witam Was bardzo serdecznie i zapraszam do odwiedzenia Amerykańskiego Cmentarza Wojennego w Belgii. Dzisiaj jest 11 listopada, w którym mieszkańcy upamiętniają zawieszenie broni. U nas to było odzyskanie niepodległości, dla nich to było zawieszenie broni oraz wyzwolenie. Po lewej stronie od wejścia na cmentarz znajduje się budynek, w którym umieszczone jest mini muzeum, w którym możemy zapoznać się z historią powstania cmentarza oraz z krótkimi informacjami na temat przebiegu działań zbrojnych w I wojnie światowej.
As decades pass, the memory of World War I begins to fade, but never in Belgium. As early as 1923, Belgian school children have gathered annually on America's Memorial Day to commemorate the dead. These fallen American soldiers deepens the friendship between the American and Belgian people, and ensures that no matter how many years pass, the memory of these Americans will live on in the hearts of each new generation.
Przygotowania do rozpoczęcia uroczystości. Uroczystość ma się zacząć za około 36-7 minut o godzinie 11. Juliusz Plaskawicki. Ole Olson. Data śmierci 30 październik 18, 31 październik tutaj 18. Kilkanaście dni przed zakończeniem wojny. Na cmentarzu jest 368 nagrobków z białego marmuru. Cały cmentarz znajduje się w zadbanym 2-hektarowym parku udostępnionym przez rząd belgijski na potrzeby tego cmentarza.
Superintendent Eric McKenzie. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jacob Nelson, and I will serve as the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Would the gentlemen not in uniform kindly remove their hats for the arrival of the color guard and the performance of the Belgian and United States national anthems?
Color guards, halt. Color guards, post the colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remove headgear, if appropriate, for the performance of the national anthems. Scout leaders, Scouts and families, welcome to the 2025 Veterans Day ceremony. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the Superintendent of the Flanders Fields American Cemetery, Mr. Eric McKenzie.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Across these hallowed grounds, we see more than headstones and inscriptions. We see lives filled with potential, tragically interrupted but never forgotten. We see the families who waited, the communities that grieved, and the nation that vowed to remember. As we keep their memory, so we honor them and remind each passing generation that freedom is never guaranteed. You can all come a little closer. You can step into the grass area if you like, if it's easier to hear. I know it's a better view up there, so if you want to stay there, that's fine, but you can roam around anywhere on the grass. Thank you.
Veterans Day, we show our gratitude and recommit to honor their service, uphold their legacy, and give every veteran the loyalty, respect, and support they have earned and so dearly deserve. From the moment our nation's founders raised the cause of independence, they recognized that freedom rests upon those willing to defend it. During the midst of the American Revolution, the Continental Congress enacted the First Nations Veterans Benefits Laws to care for the wounded and disabled veterans. From that early act of foresight came a fundamental promise. Our nation remains great because of those who have honorably in uniform and committed their lives to defending our families, our freedom, and American values. Today, we extend our deepest gratitude to our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Coast Guardsmen, and Guardians for their sacrifice, and we thank the families who want to share the burden of their service. Under my leadership, our nation will always uphold the legacy of our veterans by keeping America strong, proud, and free. And as President, I will always have their backs. In respectful recognition of the contributions our service members have made to advance peace and freedom around the world, The Congress has provided that November 11th of each year shall be set aside as a legal public holiday to honor our nation's veterans. Now, therefore, I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2025 as Veterans Day. I encourage all Americans to reflect on the courage and sacrifice of our veterans through public ceremonies and private thoughts and prayers of gratitude. I call upon federal, state, and local officials to display the flag of the United States and to participate in patriotic activities in their communities. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 10th day of November in the year of our Lord 2025 and independence of the United States of America, the 250th. Donald J. Trump. William T. Fossum, Plot A, Row 2, Grade 15. William Fossum grew up working on a farm in Minnesota. While serving in the 148th Infantry Regiment, 37th Infantry Division at the front, he wrote his mother, "Do not worry about me, mother dear, as he will take good care of me and bring me back to you in all safety." He even asked for candy for his Christmas box. But on November 11, 1918, mere hours before the war ended, he was killed in action not far from here. While the world celebrated peace, his family grieved their loss. Today, on Veterans Day, we remember him.
Carrie D. Davis, Wall of Missing. 107 years ago, Carrie Davis of Ohio was buried in an isolated grave. He died of his wounds received by machine gun fire one day before the armistice. By the time he arrived at Flanders Field, there was confusion around his identity and that of two others. As a result of this confusion, he is memorialized on the walls of the missing.
Lieutenant Colonel John McRae's poem, In Flanders Fields, will be read by Scout Darrell Bowley and in Flemish by Julius.
In Flanders Field, the poppies grow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky, the lark the baby sings fly.
Robert Lawrence Binyon's poem, For the Fallen, will be read by Scout Caleb Julian Rodriguez and in Flemish by Artur. During the reading, designated scouts from our various units will be given a single flower to be laid on the graves of the 7 soldiers that died on the 11th of November, 1918.
A mother for her children. England mourns for her death across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death, august and royal, sing sorrow up into immortal spheres. There's music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember the tables of home. They have no lot in our labor of vain. As the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.
Wreaths will be presented in honor of all veterans who have served and will continue to serve in our country. The following wreaths will be presented marking this occasion today. 91st Infantry Division League. American Legion Post BE. Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 605, Paris. Ham Radio Friends. Pack and Troop 457. Pack 325. Boys and Girls Troop 325. The American Battle Monuments Commission. Of the 411 soldiers memorialized here, and all those who have given their lives in the defense of freedom throughout our nation's history. place while the colors are retired.
Prepare to retrieve the colors. Bodyguards, retrieve the colors. Bodyguards, forward march.
Thank you for attending. Scouts and Scout leaders, please assemble on the chapel steps for a group photo. All are invited to gather in the service area behind the chapel following the ceremony for refreshments and a time of fellowship.
Minęło kilka godzin, jest już po uroczystości, a teraz na spokojnie możemy sobie w skupieniu i w zadumie pochodzić po cmentarzu. Widzimy wieńce, które były składane na uroczystości. Teraz możemy je zobaczyć z bliska. I tutaj mamy wnętrze tego mauzoleum. Na tym chciałbym zakończyć ten krótki odcinek z wizyty na cmentarzu żołnierzy amerykańskich poległych podczas I wojny światowej, podczas walk w celu wyzwolenia Belgii. Mam nadzieję, że się Wam podobało. Jeśli tak, to zostawcie łapkę w górę, zasubskrybujcie i pamiętajcie, lest we forget, abyśmy nigdy nie zapomnieli. Nie pozwólmy umrzeć poległym.